Donovan comes out, 7 straight points, you get that huge transition three. Just what was the mentality to change things around?
Yeah, when they cut it to 6, we were taking a side out, and someone called a play, and Don was like, no, like, give me the ball in the post, and spin, bucket, and I think next play got another bucket, and that's what he does, he can sense when we need him to be, the MVP, and he did that, stretched the lead out, and, we took it over from there.
What type of quality is that to be able to not only sniff it out, like you said, like when to do it, but then just to be able to actually do it?
Yeah, that's why he's the MVP. That's why he's, I think the best scorer in the league. Because this year he's been doing a great job of kind of letting the game come to him. Like he hasn't really been forcing, and then he knows like, all right, they cut it to 6. Like, I need the ball, and that's our job to give him space and know when it's time. When it's not even time.
How important was Okoro in the fourth quarter? Like a guy that you might not, get all the love in the stats, but made some really big game-winning plays.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's an unbelievable defender. He's been great on the offense as well this year. He's on the boards. He's always going to get their best matchup. Like, he's just, just our glue. And like you said, he might not get all the attention statistically, but, we know what he does, and, he does not go underappreciated around here.
You guys have won now 10 straight here at home. Listen, I know you don't want to let teammates down and all of that, but how much also, like, being here at home and taking pride with kind of in this team in the city, is it important to win on your home floor?
100%. I think it sets a tone. You got the fans behind you. Yeah, it's just a matter of, we don't want to lose on the road either, but, when you get home and, you get the fans behind you, kind of sets a tone. Obviously playing for, like, home court in the playoffs and, like, moving forward, and, it's home court is not something you want to play around with.
What did you think of the defensive effort tonight?
I think overall we were probably solid. Like, I have to go watch it, but I think we fouled a little too much. Some of that was questionable calls. Some of that were we got a little handsy. A few times we didn't get back in transition well at all, like after makes, so we got to clean that up. But I think overall, I think we were pretty good, but obviously got to go watch it.
Kenny mentioned fouling, and you guys were like 27th in the league in fouls called against you. Is that something that you look at as maybe a little bit of over-aggression on that end of the floor?
Some of them today were like I had one where I'm in help and RJ Barrett's coming through, and like I got to get my hands back. I put my hand in. Like, that has nothing to do with aggression. That's just kind of a dumb play. You know what I mean? Like, I think G had 2 where like he walls up, and then the last second you hit a guy in the arm and he goes to shoot a mid-range. Like, those fouls we got to eliminate so we can allow ourselves the room to have the aggressive ones, if that makes sense.
What do you think about the reliability of Jared Allen this entire season?
He's unbelievable. I think we got 4 All-Stars, and he's one of them.
Did you hear the MVP chants?
No.
For you, at the free throw line.
Oh, wow. Did you get it on video?
I should have. Sorry.
Damn.
Next time.
It's the same guy that used to chant for Chetty Osman.
Okay.
He's turned to your biggest fan.
Wow. Thank you.
Kenny was saying that you're making it hard for him to take you off the floor. What does it mean to you to hear that from your coach?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think, just keep doing my job, and that's just reading the game, and, if I have space, I'm going to shoot it, and, I think the more guys you have on the court that are aggressive, it gives Donovan space, it gives Darius space, it gives Evan space, it gives all of our guys that are, we're putting 4 or 5 guys out there that are all aggressive, and it's like, what's the defense going to do? I think that just keep being that, keep playing fast, and just keep doing my job.
He talked about being in the zone the other night. Are you still in that zone?
I try to always be in that zone.
Not that you guys have faced too much adversity this year on the scoreboard, but it feels like when other teams make runs, it cuts it down to like 6, 8, whatever it is. You guys always have this loud response. Like, how important is that to have that kind of response when those teams do get down to those 2, 3 possession games?
I think that's a sign of just being a good team, being a mature team. Basketball's a game of runs. Like, to expect to just hold the lead the entire game against that's a team. Their record's not great, but they play hard. They play hard. They got multiple good defenders. They got multiple athletes. Like, they're going to make a run. They hit some threes. I think like Jamal Shed made 2 threes. Like, he hasn't shot the ball well at all this year. So like, teams are going to make runs, and it's a sign of a mature team being able to combat that, like you said.
But to fit in so seamlessly as you've done this year after not getting a chance to play last year, how difficult is that?
I think it's just basketball, man. It's just basketball is just a game of reads, and we're sharing the ball really well, and it makes my job easy. If you're open, shoot. If someone else is open, pass, and if you get run off the line, you drive it. So just a game of reads, and just doing my job.
And I'm just jumping off of his question. You said you had a level of freedom the other night, and when some of the guys were out, did you still feel like you had that freedom tonight? Because it seems like you're just pulling up right now and finding your teammates.
I think the freedom is always the same. Like the focus is always the same. It's just some nights you might get more shots than others. Like I'm never forcing shots, but if I walk in them, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna stay aggressive. If the game dictates me to pass the ball every time I touch it, then that's what the game is gonna allow. It's all about just reading the game. I think I'm always gonna try to stay aggressive.